Hey guys, welcome to Valheim, and this is a beginner's guide for people who have no idea what to do. I know when I played Valheim for the first time, this was the first survival building game that I have played. So these are some tips that I've came up with that would be great for the beginner that doesn't know anything that they're doing. So whenever Valheim starts, you're going to be dropped into the world, and the first thing you're going to want to do is to run out, grab some sticks, grab some stones where you can get your first club. Before you leave the first base, you want to make sure you can find the Ecathyr. Put Ecathyr on the map so that you know where your first boss battle is going to be, because you don't want to get too far away from your boss when you are making your first base. It does say that you need to hunt his kin, and if you look at him, he's a deer, so eventually you're going to have to kill enough deer so that you can sacrifice something to Ecathyr. So the first stages of the game, you're really going to want to go pick up sticks, pick up stones. Once you get the sticks, you can make a club and you can make a hammer. Once you get the stone, which you can pick up on the ground, you can build your stone axe. The stone axe is going to be great at the very beginning of the game. You can fight off the graylings and the boars, and that's really going to be your biggest problem at the very beginning of the game. Now, at this beginning stage, you want to pick up everything you can find on the ground, whether it's sticks, stone, raspberries, mushrooms, and sometimes blueberries. Now, I like to go run out into the open space away from the trees, away from the graylings to begin with, and you can find a lot of stone here, and I'm going to pick up as much as I can. Now, from killing the graylings, you will get some resin, and that can be a torch for at night, but you want to start off by finding somewhere near water. We're going to use this later to find our flint in this series, but I like to build near water because there's going to be a ton of flint, and that's going to allow you to get better axes and better weapons down the road. Now, we're going to find a nice place near the water, a little bit in so that the water doesn't get in our base, and we're going to build our first starter base. As you can see, whenever you kill the boar, they will drop boar meat and leather scraps. The leather scraps will be important later if you want to make a crude bow or any type of leather clothing that you'll need to fight Ecathyr with. Now, when you begin building your base, you need to put down a workbench so that you're able to build. Now, you also want to give this workbench a roof so that you can find all the different things that you can craft, and every time you pick something up, you'll suddenly remember what you can build with those items. Now, the first base you build, it can be a simple structure, just something where you can set your spawn point in your bed. So here I'm going to show you a simple structure that I built to get started in the game. It's basically going to be a 2x3 structure with a roof and a door that you're able to place the bed in, and that's all you need to set your spawn point. I do enjoy using the 45-degree angle pieces so that I can put a thatched roof on my beginner house. If it does say the bed is too exposed, that means you need a better roof or a better surrounding around your bed. So that's why we're doing the 2x3 structure. This will require some wood, so I didn't add that into the video, but you will have to farm some wood, and that's where the stone axe comes in hand, but I figured you didn't want to watch. Now, after we have our structure built, it should look like this. We're going to put a campfire around the back so that we can go to sleep, because we can't go to sleep unless we have a campfire at the very beginning of the game. Now, I like to put my workbench and my fire next to each other, and I'm going to put two different roofs on top of the workbench compared to the fire. The reason for this is because the fire will produce smoke, and if there's too much smoke when you're standing beside it, you'll start to lose health. So I have one level for the workbench, will allow me to build more things from the workbench. And then we're going to add an upper level where the smoke will ventilate out and it won't cause us any damage when we're trying to cook around the campfire. For this one, I'm using the 26-degree pieces because I like the angle better and it's just easier. Now, at the end of day one, you should have a nice structure, and we're going to put a cooking station above the fire so that we can cook the boar meat, and I know you saw some necks in the video, and you can kill the necks and get some neck meat as well. So guys, this is really day one, everything that you need to get started. We're going to talk about different weapons, different tools that you can use. One thing I didn't show in the video is a hoe that I use to flatten out the ground, and we'll talk about that later in some different videos. So if you're new to Valheim and you found value in this, I'm going to be going over the entire series, explaining everything in the game, because I know how clueless I was whenever I got started. So if you have any questions, make sure you like and subscribe, because I'm going to be answering those here on this channel.